All right, guys, welcome back to the channel. Jared at 3Cs. The boys are trying to figure out how to get their gear on properly. But today's video is going to be a KX 100 versus a GasGas MC 105. So these are both super mini bikes. Thought it'd be appropriate time to do it. Race season's over. Last race was last weekend. Braxton did good. He got 9th in the youth race overall out of like 100 and some kids. So good job, Braxton. Yeah, on that one right there, on that GasGas. And Lex was racing this 100 all summer, but he's like how tall he is. And he is now on a Beta 125 similar to this one. There's no suspension on that one. But actually Lex's bike is, I don't know, over there somewhere. Anyway, so Lex is no longer on the KX. We're selling it. But before we sell it, I want to do a quick video on it. Side note would be both bikes are perfectly ready to go. I would take them both to the next race. Chain, sprockets, tires. Just actually brand new top end in Lex's KX, and suspension's fully rebuilt. So next owner is going to get all new stuff. So let me turn this camera around. Give you guys a really quick in close look. So this was a 2023 GasGas MC85. It's the big wheel version, so it's 1916. We do have the big gas tank on it for Braxton, and we do have the Recluse clutch in this one. So his race bike has a Recluse in it. His practice bike, which is still an 85, is just a manual clutch. So only a Recluse in this bike. That's not going to really affect this video at all though, because the Recluse is only for if you tip it over, the bike doesn't stall. This is a bone stock KX 100 2019. We added a skid plate and some hand guards. Bike's been super reliable. Lex, you rode it for what, 3 years?
Yeah.
Almost. I would say 3 years you rode that thing. Yep. Did blow it up at the last race he raced it, midsummer. So you haven't ridden that bike in 2 months probably?
Yeah.
Because he's been racing the 125 ever since. So this bike's been really good to us. This has a new top end in it as well. When did we do this? Like, you blew this bike up in Georgia. Early spring. It was super muddy. So both bikes have new top ends. And let's go outside. Oh, two-part video, because part one is what? We're going to be where?
We're going to be in the woods up back, and part two is going to be on the motocross track.
Yeah. So tonight, before it gets dark, we're rushing around after work here. Going to do part one in the woods, and then tomorrow morning we're going to go over ride the motocross track, and we'll give you guys part two. So two-part video. Let's jump into it. Bring back memories, Lex?
It feels super hard to ride compared to 125 right now.
Well, you are, what are you, almost 6 foot now?
Yeah.
You're getting pretty tall.
I will say though, this is like really bent down compared to 125.
Oh, where the shifter position is?
Yeah.
Lower than the peg.
Yeah.
So now that you're standing up more now as a rider, which is cool. So that's pretty low. So you might, you know, in the future, if we were keeping it, we would move that shifter up. So it's in a low spot. So bikes are fully warmed up. Why don't you guys go burn 2 laps each on each bike? Oh, looks like it's perfect in here, the woods.
Did you fall or just what we were just doing?
Do what you just did. It's fine. You guys know enough to in that short distance. But I will say for October, this is amazing. Yeah. Let's turn those GoPros on.
This thing
What do you think?
is like, I don't remember the seat being this slippery when I was racing.
Slippery?
I'm like excited, like see this?
Yeah, you're all over the.
It's fun to like ride it again.
Yeah.
But I'm definitely way too big. I can feel that.
Yeah, you're tired
Like,
for sure.
Yeah.
You never ridden this bike, have you, Lex?
Nope. Or I think the suspension, the shock was different when I rode it, like when we first got it.
But you rode the 105?
Yeah, for like a second.
Okay. This will be kind of your first time in months.
And probably a year, like since I had it.
Yeah, it's been a long time. I was gonna say it's definitely not this summer.
And I only rode like one lap, not even one.
Cool. All right, let's go see it. What do you think, Lex?
It is so like, this definitely is a race bike. Like you're
Yeah.
on the front, you're controlling it. Like it's just whoosh, it's ready to go instantly.
A little more power?
Yeah, like it feels like compared to that, it feels like power instantly. That I feel like you kind of have to clutch more and wind it up.
A lot
Yeah.
more mellow.
But-
This one's a lot more
Yeah.
mellow.
Yeah, the KX is more mellow.
Well,
Well, you need to be down a gear and revving it a lot harder.
Yeah, that's definitely that bike for sure.
Yeah,
These
and
bars
that's
are
not
so
you. I can't. It's always my struggle with you for 10 years now is to get you to rev the bike out. So you're just not naturally a KX rider, and that's what we've always done. This is the third KX we've bought just to test. So this is the woods portion. What do you think is better, Lex? What would you race?
Right now in the woods, that's definitely a lot more smoother. Like just off rip, like if you're a starter rider, it's definitely way smoother.
I agree.
But this, when you like put time on this and experience, it's gonna rip way faster than I feel like that would in a
Yeah.
woods.
How do you feel the suspension? Because they're both pretty much stock. I've never really done anything to either of them.
That definitely way more. It's more stiff. This feels like nice when you're coming out of corners and it's like bouncing up on you, springing you out. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. A little more rebound to it. What did you think suspension wise? You could at least tell that.
I don't know.
Like over like the choppy stuff down through here, like the pine tree roots and maple the roots.
They both didn't seem too bad.
Yeah,
They're pretty
both
good.
pretty good.
Yeah.
What bike would you rather race?
That one.
Yeah,
Dude, these bars, like, they're so rolled back.
just
Kinda
rolled
like
back.
the 85. They kind of,
Make
they're
you
super wide too.
hard to
I
keep
don't
your
know.
elbows up a little bit.
Kinda strange.
I will say though, I don't know if this is a cruise or not, but like this engages like way more like out here. I feel like.
Yeah, I'm sure the recluse is affecting that a little.
Yeah.
Maybe we could feather more.
That one just engages different.
But
It just engaged. I remember that one gauged further out to begin with.
this in corners, this is like pretty smooth. Once you get the hang of it, it's really smooth in the corners.
Awesome. All right, well that's part one. Phone's about to die, and tomorrow we'll go do some moto stuff. Okay, Braxton thought of some stuff.
Yeah, finally. So, that one, it's way better with the throttle. This one, I'm like chopping it, letting it go, I don't know. It's a lot harder to control it. You have to be like so precise. I feel like for some reason.
I would say this one, like how you're saying with throttle, you got to feather the clutch more, if that makes sense.
Yeah,
With
and
the-
then
with the curve.
I noticed your back end was kicking out on this more,
Yeah, it's way more squirrely.
like squirrely in the back end.
Maybe it's just smoother or something. I'm not sure. Maybe the
Same
low,
trail,
It
same
kind of
you.
goes like low RPM and then it peaks up kind of.
Yeah.
so
I
like
know,
maybe
I
that's
get
what
it.
makes you squirrely because that
Because
one
the back
kinda
end just
stays-
kicks all of a sudden.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, good note at the end here. All right, guys, part two. We did the wood stuff yesterday. We got a motocross track behind me. I'm gonna get the boys out there and let's see what they think. So you've been riding this bike all day, so you didn't really need to put mini laps on it because you probably got, what, 2 hours on it today
Yeah.
of like actual ride time? Quite a bit of ride time. All right, Lex, you've been riding a 4-stroke all day. What do you think of this thing?
It's definitely a lot slower than the
Yeah.
350, obviously.
Yeah.
But you really, like, on a moto track, you need to be up, like, gears to get power in the corners and get power to jump stuff.
Yeah, I agree.
Like, you got to be revved out, too.
So why don't you guys switch now, because you're going to compare this to that. All right, dude. So actually, the more you ride the Kawi, the better. Like, at least you're doing all the jumps on it now.
Oh yeah, I mean, it isn't a bad bike. It's just, I probably would stick with the GasGas.
Yeah, just you're more familiar with it.
Some things that I like noticed with it is that, okay, so once you get going, it revs out quick.
Yeah.
Like first and second gear, like it's like from
1, 2, like
yeah,
quick and fast.
like it's fast when you get its RPMs up.
Yeah.
And you gotta rely on your momentum with the clutch, because you gotta like get those corners just right and then like feather it and get it into 1, 2.
Exactly. That's what I've always tried to show you. Like, a little more RPM playing on this bike, I think. What do you think of the GasGas, Lex?
This is definitely for someone that loves to race.
Yeah.
Like, it's really fast. Second's a super good gear. It's like pretty long and it's really fast. Third, it's also super long and it just has that. It's power. It's gonna go right away.
So especially for woods racing, if it has a longer second and third, you're not shifting as much.
Yeah.
Right.
When you're racing, I guess I don't pay attention to your GoPro footage, but you're not shifting a ton, are you?
No, every once in a while in the fields, obviously,
Yeah.
because you're going faster.
But when you get in the woods, you're probably mainly just second or third.
Second, sometimes third in some of the faster sections, but not barely ever shifting. I feel like if you're on this thing, you're definitely way more revved out, and you're shifting every like 10 seconds.
Yeah,
to
between
keep
second
keep
and
it
third
alive
more.
With the clutch.
Yeah, I think so. Well, thanks for watching, guys. That was just a really quick video comparing these two bikes. We're selling the Kawi, so it's kind of our last chance to really do it. But that was a KX 100, and then this is a GasGas MC 105. Lex is grown out of it, so it's gone. And Braxton's going to race this for 1 more year. So enjoy the ride, and we'll see you on the trail.